So in this video are 3 first class games in the Lucaya T4, which is Era 3 Premium for the Western Alliance in this season's Ultimate Season Pass tank. The commander I've got in here, pretty standard for Cold War, with snapshot, run and gun, rapid aim, clutch braking, and then the rammer, vert stabs and vents for the equipment. So I am running a ×2 silver boost on this one as well, so the silver will be quite high, but I think it's a good silver maker regardless of the boosters you've got on it. First replay is on Siegfried Line, which is a bit of a strange map for Cold War because of this. Straight out of spawn you can see everyone moving across. I think it is best just to keep going, just keep moving. Obviously look over there, see if you can see any shots available for you, but I think it's important just to try and get over into the town as soon as possible, or do what the enemy light tank is doing and try and make your way up into the middle to spot everyone to get the assistance damage. So yeah, just trying to get some shots in this light tank. It's been a while that I've done the video, and I think the main difference that's come into the game has been the AT-GM rework. Obviously this is only for sort of Era 2, Era 3, but I think it's definitely made Era 3 much more playable now. It used to be a case that there'd be multiple weasels on each team going around shotgunning at point blank, penning everything and everywhere because they could get right behind you and right into the rear armour. But now with this the minimum arming distance, it does help. As you can see, people are more sort of hanging back now. I think it does sort of slow it down. I think Era 3 is still as fast, obviously. I think it's like the fastest game style you're going to get in the entire game, but I think it is manageable and bearable now. AT-GMs still are strong. I think the increase of acceleration, I think that's doesn't sound like a lot, but it does actually make playing AT-GMs a lot more I would say viable now from long distance. The only thing I can say is you can't really sort of shoot over cover and try and do top-down attacks. I'm sure it is possible, but no more shooting over rocks and moving out from that rock and guiding the missile down. I think it's just missiles just accelerate too fast to do that now. So they are more sort of direct fire, but they actually get on target a lot quicker. So yeah. I've actually been, I think the Weasel's better now, for my playstyle at least. And unfortunately I just get stuck on this rubble in the smoke. So yeah, a bit of physics going on there. But from that original position, notice that there wasn't too much enemies over here. If we got rid of that one enemy, we've pretty much won this flank, and that's what we've done. We're just going in here. Get a nice auto-aim shot. French tanks don't last very long, and yeah, Allies come around the corner and finish off. Bit of a slow start at the moment. We haven't quite got up to dealing our hit points as damage so far, but it looks like the enemy team have sort of been surrounded almost. We've won that flank. Now we're just coming in to encircle them really. Yeah, so this game not only was my first game in the T4, but I think it was my first game in Era 3 for quite a while. As you can see, the lag on that shot, yeah, not great. But we get it in, set it on fire. But yeah, first game in Era 3 for a while. Yeah, I think it's quite good now. The previous season pass tank. Was it 490T? Yeah, I haven't even played that, so I'll get around to playing that at some point. But yeah, just aiming to try and first one mark each of the season pass tanks, and then yeah, move on to other things or lines. But yeah, we're just using these dead wrecks just so we're not the priority for the Challenger. We did put a nice shot through the ammo rack, and then just tried to hit the same position, but I think it went slightly left of where it needed to go to hit that ammo the second time. But yeah, heading into these tanks here. I feel like staying there and just being hull down. I think these tanks are just going to take a while to sort of peak, and just doing this will help me get damage in. So yeah, once that tank was reversed now, and same with this one, trying to go down the ridge just to get out of my allies' aim, but got some nice shots in. So yeah, that was my first game in the T4. I was pleasantly surprised after I played it. I think it is a good tank. We get MVP on that one, and yeah, just over 8,000 damage. Got some nice assistance there, almost 2,300 as well, and yeah, enough for the first class. Yeah, so good tank. Not the best map for Cold War, especially for Era 3, but yeah, it's good gaming there as well. So this is the second game. What I'm doing here, I was just having a look with the skin on for this tank, which comes with a season pass. Without the skin, those barrels at the back, the fuel tanks, they're actually up rather than down like that. But the hitbox for the barrel still suggests that they are still up. Not the biggest of things, but yeah, just seeing if that was true, and yeah, it is. So just be wary that when you look over the back, if you need to, that unfortunately there's some invisible fuel tanks there if you do have the skin. So second game, just come into this position where I usually go. Just make sure there's no one at the back. As I said, with these ATGMs, they're much more useful now to sort of camp and snipe rather than just YOLO and shotgun in. But noticing the enemy team, they've gone over to sort of the hill in the sort of B2 A1's area. Notice that they're obviously focused on my allies. Got some nice shots here, so a bit of a crossfire for them. They're concentrating on my allies in front of them, and obviously they're going to have to deal with me in their side. Just need to pull back a little bit. Just feeling as though sometimes just get a sense that someone's just going to YOLO, and yeah, just pulled back there, and sure enough, there is a tank around there. I'm not too sure what they're going to be doing, but unfortunately the shots have sort of dried up now. But as I said, there's always someone who's going to YOLO in. Especially if they can see you on the mini-map and they think you're distracted. Because if I stood there, if I stayed there and just kept trying to get crossfire shots, that would make sense, and that's probably what that person thought I was going to carry on doing. But the shots dried up, and as I said, sometimes you just get a sense that that's going to be the case, that someone's going to YOLO. I've noticed they've got one mark on their barrel, so I'm thinking now, it probably is a priority. That's the only problem with getting marks sometimes. But when people do see the marks, I do think you sort of become a priority. Or at least for me, if there's someone with a mark and someone without a mark, and they're both a one shot, I'll probably take the one with the mark out first. Just playing it really cautiously. We're a couple of tanks down. I am thinking that we probably do need to win the town by the way the game's going. I do think that if I go over and try and get some more shots in, I could turn the tide of this battle, because we are outnumbering them in the town, but it just feels as though my allies aren't progressing as they should be. So yeah, just getting shots into the side of the Abrams here. We do get the kill, and noticed a couple of tanks are coming over. I do expect one of them to come over and sort of YOLO me, but they seem to have forgotten that I'm here and just go over. Nice auto-aim shot in there. We get the second kill of the game. Just over 5,000 damage. We've bounced 550. The armour of the tank is pretty good. It's got quite a nice turret. I think there is a bit of a weak spot when you look at it towards the left of the turret. On the front, I think there is a bit of a weak spot. You still need quite a big penetration, but yeah, it is possible to go through it. The BMP3, obviously shooting my eyes with this ATGM. It can't shotgun me, so this is the only problem with light tanks now. I feel very confident just to sit there and take an ATGM. The Merkava puts it into my tracks. A bit concerned now that this tank's just going to YOLO me and just take a load of my hit points away, but it falls off the cliff, unfortunately. I did think in that position that I was going to take a lot of damage from that tank, particularly if we're 2 tanks up. But you never know with your teammates sometimes. But noticing, I think the enemy team has sort of pushed the southeast corner quite well. So taking the middle bit. Just concerned about where the TD is. I think it is a Millet. So yeah, again, just trying to get some crossfires going. So we've got 4 enemy tanks in front. They seem to be more concerned about my allies towards the base, or thinking that we're up towards the base. They obviously can see me now because I'm lit, but I managed to dodge a shot there. Just get a nice shot through the 490 there, and yeah, just best guess of where that tank was and get the shot through the tree. So yeah, really nice, very nice kill on that tank there. Hoping that the other enemy tanks were going to do the same and just sort of drive across and be able to either myself or my allies light them up, but it doesn't seem to be happening. It is area 3. I do want to sort of up the pace. Staying up there, I think I'd probably not get so much damage, so I'm just trying to see if I can just track this. Slightly misses, goes off, hits the side armour. Unfortunately don't do any damage or even track the tank. I'm not sure where that shot went. I think I just missed just slightly to the right. I have been noticing recently I'm not too sure what they've done with the server, but there seems to be lots of stuttering. You saw it in the last game, and there seems to be lots of ghost shells as well, where it doesn't you seem to know where your shot goes. Yeah, not too sure about it all, really, to be honest. But yeah, we've got the Millet here. It's side on. I'm thinking this is probably the best type of shots I'm going to get against this tank. I do have this my ally sort of face hugging it, so thinking it's not going to quite last too long. Get a really nice shot in there into the sides, put it down to a 1 shot. I'm thinking someone's going to load HE or a Hesh round or something and just sort of splash it, but it's still alive, that tank. They are still very strong. Not too sure, I don't quite understand how the rework of Heat and Hesh has sort of really nerfed that tank. I think it's just easier to splash them now. But yeah, 11,500 damage in that one. Didn't really seem like it, but yeah, kept the gun firing. Got in some crossfires and was able to put the damage out without taking any shots back, really. So yeah, once you get the gun on target and really trying to use the most of the DPM it has, yeah, you can really get the damage out. So another World War II map. Got on Fisherman's Bay here. Can't really remember the last time I played Desfall, even in Evo 3. Yeah, can't remember when I played one of the Cold War maps. Seems to be getting World War II maps all the time. Not too sure. But yeah, looks like the enemy team haven't really pushed the town at all, so I'm going up quite slowly. Looks like there's an AFK tank here, just aiming for the turret of the T-72 by the gun mantle. There is a bit of a weak spot. Managed to, I don't know if I missed it or what I did, but I managed to put that tank on fire. Pretty much got 2,000 damage there, so we'll take that. Just about to get that shot into the Chieftain. It just sort of clips into the top of the engine deck. Do just want to put the tracking shot in there. I do find with Era 3, I think tracking, particularly if you're in MBT, is probably the best way to sort of rack up your assistance damage, particularly with how everyone's got such high alpha. If you're able to just to track a tank, you know, your allies are going to put a lot of damage in. Helps with the marks of excellence, helps with the X3, helps with the Serial Burners, helps with everything. So that's what I tend to try and do in Era 3 or any MBT in Cold War, and more for the sort of tracks than spotting. I think World War 2, I do try and go for the spot assisting, just because of the mechanics of the World War 2 compared to Cold War. Just put some taps into this tank, make sure it goes down to a one shot for me. We do get the kill. We've got the light tank behind us. Got a couple of tanks now YOLOing across. We're 3 tanks down, and it looks like I don't think we pushed the town hard enough, and I don't think we got across fast enough. At this point we should really be sort of down in the H2 area on those ridges there, and really sort of trying to shoot them into the back where they are in B2. But I don't think we've progressed quick enough to actually get across up there. So now they've encircled us round, and we've essentially flipped the map. So we're on the side that they spawned, and they're on the side that we spawned. But they're now 3 tanks up. So they've won the the start and in this middle game now. So heading into the end game of this battle, I think we've completely just lost map control now. Just trying to see where I can get any shots of damage in. 4 tanks down in Cold War. That's not really going to come back from that too often. Get a nice shot there. Get him down to one shot. Just broke the 10,000 damage mark as well. Yeah, got a nice shot there through the turret as well, which is good. On that K1. Again, another tank I need to play a bit more, particularly with the ATGM rework. Yeah, it's safe to get into Era 3 now, I suppose. Get one last shot in there. We do get rammed by the Marder of all things, but we do end up with just over 13,000 damage, and we've got some nice block damage there. The armour is pretty good, hold down obviously, but yeah, that was another first class and a loss, which is always good. So yeah, that's the T4 with the Leclerc. I think it's definitely worth getting. I know the Leclerc's on the tech tree, but I think this has got a completely different gun and is definitely worth picking up.